All right, y'all, 2025 is here, and Metro Detroit, we are starting off the new year in style with a January that is just packed full of events. We've got concerts and comedy and Broadway and sports and winter festivals, and whatever you're looking for, it is right here in this video. Be sure to scroll to the section that interests you the most. That's why we divide them up into chapters, and stick around for January's main event at the end. I mean, you could skip to it, but you'd be missing out on a ton of other fun things to do coming up. If this is your first time here, my name is Michael Perna. I'm your local Metro Detroit real estate agent with over 3,000 five-star reviews on Google and Zillow and other review sites. I'd be honored to get the call when you're ready to make a move or just talk real estate. Any questions you got, anything about investing or buying your first home or downsizing, I've got your back, whether you're buying or selling. Now, let's move into the fun stuff. All right, first up, we've got concerts, and we're starting the month strong with Ben Sharkey, who is our local favorite, who's back at the Willis Show Bar on January 3rd with two shows, not one, but two. He's a lounge singer with his own vibe, but he does do his own music. He doesn't just do like stuff from the chairman of the board or any of those guys. He has his own music, and it's amazing. I've seen him, I don't know, maybe a dozen times. I will probably be at that show. If you see me, walk up and say hello, Mike Perna. I'll probably be wearing a shirt like this. Yeah. Okay, at the Machines Shop, we've got Hailstorm January 8th, 2025, of course. I do not know who that is. At the Music Hall Center, the Grand Funk Railroad on January 9th. That'll be kind of a cool show, I think. Now, the soundboard at Motor City Casino has Drew Hill on January 12th. And on January 29th, and this is a show I will probably go see, I've got a little bit of a story about this. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic. Okay, so two things about George Clinton. One, he was actually at the second Woodstock or third Woodstock, or I don't know how many Woodstocks there were, but the one in '99, right? So that was actually really cool to see him live for the first time there. He's one of my own favorites from the movie PCU, Politically Correct University, with Jeremy Piven and, I'm drawing a blank. David Spade. That's right. Great show. Phenomenal show. I cannot find this movie anywhere. If anybody knows what it's on, please drop it in the comments. If it's Prime, I know it's not Netflix, but if it's like a Prime or a Hulu or something I don't have, I'd love to see that show again. And then secondly, he did a free show in Detroit at Campus Martius about, I don't know, 8 years ago. It was great. And also, it wasn't packed because I think people kind of forgot about who he is. Okay, at the Arc in Ann Arbor, we've got G Love and the Special Sauce on January 14th. I can't even make that up. I cannot even believe these guys are still around. At Little Caesars Arena, we've got The Big Show featuring Gloria, Sexy Red, Bossman D-Lo, Rob 49, T Grizzly, Big Boogie, Tay B, and Snapdog on January 19th. I don't know any of these people. If anybody has any information on them, throw it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion on that one. Should I go? I don't know. I don't know any of them, but it sounds kind of fun, right? And then at the Royal Oak Music Theater, I've got Zach Top coming in on January 31st. At the Magic Stick, I've got DJ Paulie D on January 31st. As you could probably tell, January is a little bit of a light month for Detroit Rock City. It really is, no doubt. But there are some good ones in there for sure. Go see Ben Sharkey. Tell him I said hi. Tell him Mike Perna said hello. Tell him I sent you. Okay, at the Diamondback Music Hall in Belleville, I've got the Sugar Hill Gang. That's an old name, on January 31st. Now let's move into comedy, because there's actually some good comedy coming. So first up, I've got Kevin Hart at the Fox Theater. I'll tell you this, I had the opportunity to see him and his gang of people, or friends, or whatever you want to call them, in Las Vegas. It was a phenomenal show. I gotta admit, the friends he brought with him, I appreciate and I respect loyalty, were not wonderful. Kevin Hart was on fire. Like, he was hilarious. I was dying laughing in my seat. Okay, at the soundboard at Motor City, at Casino Hotel, I've got Cedric the Entertainer coming January 11th, which is also my father's birthday. Go figure. At the Royal Oak Music Theater, I've got Charlie Barons again on January 11th. Hey, anybody watching this video, go ahead and comment a happy birthday, Dad, for me. I'd love to see him get a whole bunch of happy birthdays. At the MGM Grand Detroit Event Center, I've got Howie Mandel on January 31st. I have not seen Howie Mandel. If anybody's seen Howie Mandel, let me know. I think I might go to this show. I've heard good things, but I'm not 100% in on his comedy. Broadway. Okay, Detroit stages are on fire this January with an extraordinary lineup of Broadway shows and musicals and offerings for everybody. So at the Fox Theater, Cirque du Soleil, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is still going until January 4th. That is the last curtain call, last show. Guys, you should go see this. It was actually a very good Cirque du Soleil. I had the opportunity to go see it. It reimagines the beloved holiday classic in their first ever festive themed production with jaw-dropping acrobatics and whimsical storytelling and holiday magic. This is the 49th original Cirque creation, and it's a must-see. They keep getting better over time. Perfect for families and holiday lovers. It's a dazzling finale to the winter season. At the Fisher Theater, I've got Six running January 7th to January 12th. Now, step back into the Tudor Court as Six Wives of Henry VIII take the mic to tell their side of the story in this electrifying pop musical. With a chart-topping songbook, sparkling costumes, and a celebration of resilience and empowerment, this multi-award-winning show has captured the hearts worldwide. Don't miss this witty, high-energy performance hailed as History Remix. Kind of like a Hamilton, but like even further back, right? I've got Insidious, The Further You Fear, again at the Fisher, going January 24th to 25th. Brace yourself for an immersive journey into the terrifying world of the Insidious franchise. This theatrical experience rips apart the boundary between reality and the supernatural, plunging audience into the eerie atmosphere of The Further. Expect spine-chilling thrills and a night of unforgettable frights. Hadestown. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Coming January 28th to February 2nd. Now I'm going to read about it, but then I'm going to tell you a little something about it. So this Tony Award-winning musical blends ancient myth with modern music to tell the tragic love story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Eurydice? Okay, guys, no idea how to pronounce all these guys, right? With Hermes narrating, rollicking tunes like Way Down Hadestown, and a poignant, visually stunning production, this is a Broadway storytelling at its finest. Don't miss this inventive and emotionally gripping performance. Okay, so I had a conversation about this one with a friend of mine when I was in Tahoe. We were discussing, this was before the New York Marathon, we were discussing what would we go see the weekend of the New York Marathon, because we always go see a show. And I said Book of Mormon, because I love the Eugene O'Neill Theater. That's just a personal thing for me. I think it's a great theater. It's small, it's comfortable, it's cozy. She wanted to go see Hadestown because she had seen it before and said it was magnificent. I will not even tell you which one we saw. I will let you guess in the comments below. Okay, at the Meadowbrook Theater, Footloose is coming January 8th to 31st. You can relive the 80s in this Broadway adaptation of Footloose. You know, and this is about like Ren as he battles small town restrictions on dancing. Of course, like they just can't dance in that town, right? With high energy choreography and iconic tracks like Let's Hear It for the Boy and Holding Out for a Hero. Ooh, there's congestion today. This vibrant, feel-good musical captures the spirit of teenage rebellion and the transformative power of dance. My go-to actually is I would go to Dirty Dancing before I saw this one. However, that's just me. Nobody puts baby in a corner. I'm just saying. It's a thing, guys. At the Detroit Symphony Orchestra Hall, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets in concert. Okay, this is pretty cool. So you can relive the magic of the second installment in the Harry Potter series as it's shown in high def on a giant screen, accompanied by a live symphony orchestra performing John Williams' iconic score. Experience the enchantment of Hogwarts in a whole new way as the music brings the story to life for fans of all ages. I saw one of these a couple years ago and it was a Star Wars version. It was fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. At Hill Auditorium, we've got the Ann Arbor Folk Fest on January 25th. Celebrate the rich traditions of folk music at this cherished annual event featuring performances from renowned folk artists and rising stars. This festival brings the warmth of music and storytelling to the heart of winter. I will not be there. Somebody tell me how it is. All right, guys, let's move on to sports. And we're going to start with, of course, the most exciting one, the Lions at Ford Field. So it's going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings on January 5th. There's only one home game in January, but it is a big one. With over 20 players on the injured list, do the Lions have enough juice left in the tank to beat the Vikings? This could be a tough game. It really should not be a tough game, honestly, guys. This game should be a walk in the park, but it's actually kind of up in the air. And it's going to show if we're ready to head to the playoffs or if we're going to have to wait yet another year to get a shot to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Detroit for the first time in franchise history. And yes, I'm going to say this and put this out there on camera. If the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, I am going. 100%, hands down. I will not miss that opportunity. That's happening in my lifetime as it has not happened in so many. All right, Red Wings. I've got Detroit Red Wings versus the Ottawa Senators on January 7th. I've got Detroit Red Wings versus the Chicago Blackhawks on the 10th. And then I've got them versus the San Jose Sharks on the 14th. If you haven't made it down for a Red Wings game, by the way, guys, this year, go. It's a lot of fun. I just went. It was actually a lot better than I thought it was. I got them versus the Montreal Canadiens on January 23rd, and then the Tampa Bay Lightning on January 25th. Next up, I've got them versus the Los Angeles Kings on January 27th, and there is definitely no shortage of games to go see if you want to go see the Red Wings. Okay, Pistons, all at LCA. Hopefully they can at least win one of these games. Okay, that was rude. That was rude. I'm just very sad for the franchise. My Pistons were the bad boys. Back to back. I mean, those are my guys. These are not my guys. You've got the Pistons versus the Charlotte Hornets on the 3rd. You got the Pistons versus the Minnesota Timberwolves on the 4th, and the Portland Trail Blazers on the 6th. Then you got them against the Golden State Warriors on the 9th. They might have a shot, that one. And then the Indiana Pacers on the 16th. Next up, you've got them versus the Phoenix Suns on the 18th, then the Dallas Mavericks on January 31st. That's a ton of games, and that's a ton of opportunities for the Pistons to at least pull out a win. Just the one win. That's all I need. All I need. And next up, okay, if sports ball isn't your thing, if concerts are not your thing, if comedy is not your thing, but festivals are your thing, Michigan's winter festivals bring fun and family and festive vibes to every corner of the state, and here's a look at some of the best seasonal celebrations happening in January. Detroit Zoo Wild Lights, that actually still runs all the way to January 5th. This is your last chance to experience the Detroit Zoo transformed into that magical winter wonderland featuring literally millions of LED lights, animal-themed displays, and seasonal treats like hot cocoa and s'mores. Now, this beloved event runs select nights right to January 5th, so get out there and see it. You've got Vivaldi Park and Detroit Fire and Ice Festival going 10th to 12th. I went last year, it was actually really nice. This weekend festival combines medieval magic with winter fun along Detroit's riverfront. Highlights include ice carving competitions, Renaissance fair performers, a 7-foot-tall fire and ice tower, oversized fires, turkey legs, and appearances by, of course, Frozen's Elsa. That's where she'd be, fire and ice. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, why would she not be there? All right, downtown Plymouth, the Plymouth Ice Festival. This is a great one. I love this one. Dates, January 31st to February 2nd. Hours, January 31st from 5 to 10, that's Friday night. February 1st from 10 to 10, Saturday. And February 2nd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Because, you know, we gotta get ready to get up in the morning for a Monday. You know, that's how that goes. By the way, this is one of the more popular ice festivals and events in Metro Detroit. It is gonna be packed, and I love this one. There are over 70 plus ice carvings, a tubing run, live entertainment, a petting zoo, and more in this downtown Kellogg Park Winter Wonderland celebration. And while you're there, and you have to book a reservation ahead of time, eat at one of the wonderful restaurants in downtown Plymouth, check out the Ledger. It's new, and it's nice. A little pricey, maybe not for the kids, maybe if it was like a date night type of thing, but the Ledger is actually really, really nice, and good people there too. All right, at Campus Martius Park in Detroit, the rink at Campus Martius is still open and runs daily right up until March 2nd. Skate under the twinkling lights of downtown Detroit at this iconic rink, surrounded by the Christmas tree and the beautiful Campus Martius Park. There are some themed skate nights coming up and special events to add a little extra fun throughout the season with skate rentals and group rates available. And yes, you can book in advance. All right, downtown Grand Rapids, this one's a road trip, guys. The World of Winter Festival going January 10th to March 2nd. Man, Grand Rapids loves their long festivals, right? Like, what is, not Arts and Apples, that's in Rochester. What's the other one? Art on the Grand. Nope, that's Detroit. Art Prize, that's it. That thing must go for like 9 months. Not that long, but it's still pretty long. Head to the west side of the state for this 2-month celebration featuring light-based art installations, concerts, walking tours, family-friendly games, and food trucks. Events are scheduled through the season, so definitely check the website to make sure you're going during the events you actually want to see, making it the perfect destination for winter fun. And definitely stay at the Amway Grand. It's a cool hotel. It's been a couple years, but I like the hotel. Okay, downtown Tecumseh, I've got the Tecumseh Ice Sculpture Festival. Dates, January 17th and 18th, 2025. Witness over 45 ice sculptures, live carving demonstrations, a scavenger hunt, and more at this annual event. It's pretty low-key, actually. It's not one of the busiest events. So if you're looking for something a little more low-key to do with the family, downtown Tecumseh, get all the Frosty Art Gallery for all the ages. Okay, the Novi Home Show. So this one is a highly attended event. I actually go almost every year. Dates January 17th to 19th. Okay, the hours are gonna be from 12 to 7 on the 17th and 10 to 7 on January 18th. And then Sunday, January 19th, shorter hours from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So general admission is $12. You can pre-purchase the tickets online for $10. Seniors are also $10. Kids 12 and under get in free. So if you have children, okay, this is my recommendation because that's what my mother used to do to me. Well, us kids, should I say. My sister was too young to remember this. But my mother, when we're 12 and under, of course, take advantage of the free admission, which is great, only to drag us around and just... My mother loves us. My mother loves us. My mother loves us. Okay, these shows were definitely not for like 8-year-olds or 10-year-olds, yet we were trapped. It happens. Do it to your kids. Okay, so the Novi Home and Garden Show is definitely a must visit for homeowners and gardening enthusiasts. It's held at the Suburban Collection Showplace over in Novi. This event showcases the latest trends in home improvement and remodeling and design, and you can also connect with local experts and designers, explore innovative products, gather inspiration for projects, both big and small. Whether you're planning a complete remodel or just updating your decor, this show has everything you need to turn your house into your dream home. All right, downtown Royal Oak. Oh, this is a good one. The Winter Blast in Royal Oak, running January 31st to February 2nd. Okay, the hours on the 31st are from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then the first from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and the second, which is Sunday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Definitely go to this one if you're looking for a way to get rid of the Sunday scaries. It's a cool event. Presented by the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. It's a free admission event. It has live music and ice sculptures and free ice skating and a ninja ropes course. I actually saw that last year. I didn't go on it, but I saw it. It's got a medieval village and zip lines and plenty of food trucks. We're going to go up to Frankenmuth for Zender's Snowfest, going January 29th to February 2nd. All right, now this is a cool event that I actually have not been to. Frankenmuth's iconic festival features snow sculpture competitions, ice carvings, baking contests, fireworks, and more. It's a must-see winter tradition in Michigan's Little Bavaria. Is it really Little Bavaria? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, we'll go with it. All right, Pontiac City Hall Grounds Pontiac Winterfest, going January 11th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now this is a free family-friendly event that includes food and shopping and music and ice skating. There's a Polar Express ride, there's hot chocolate and s'mores, and it's hosted by the city of Pontiac, hence it's free. Bowers School Farm in Bloomfield Hills. So Bowers Farm Winter Park weekends, those are really cool weekends by the way, great for kids, runs January 8th to February 23rd. Hours are Thursdays 5 to 9 p.m., Friday 4 to 10 p.m., Saturdays 12 to 10 p.m. and Sundays 12 to 9 p.m. Let's make sure we're getting all these times up on the screen for all these different events so people can see it. Here's my pro tip: when I see a video like this, I pause it and screenshot it so I've got a picture of the days and times in my phone. That's why we set it up like this, guys. Pro tip: enjoy snow tubing, dining at the farm kitchen, and exploring the farm store. Admission is free, but pre-registration is required specifically for tubing because it fills up fast. Okay, downtown Rochester, we've got the Frost Festival. This is a cool one actually, going from January 17th to 18th, and then hours on January 17th is 5 to 9 p.m. Hours on January 18th is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Shop and dine amidst festival ice sculptures, ice carving demonstrations, and marshmallow roasting. Play downtown Rochester bingo for a chance to win a $500 shopping spree. This is put on by Rochester's DDA, which is definitely one of the best DDAs in the area, hands down, in Metro Detroit. All right, Clark Park in Detroit. The Clark Park Winter Festival Carnival is running January 18th from 12 to 4 p.m., followed by a hockey classic at 6 p.m. Activities include ice skating, a petting zoo, horse and carriage rides, marshmallow roasting, and a hockey classic featuring women's and men's games. And yes, you get to play if you want to. At Blake's Orchard and Cider Mill over in Armada, they're doing their own Bavarian Winterfest. You don't have to go all the way to Frankenmuth. And that's on January 18th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Part Winter Festival, part Oktoberfest. Enjoy authentic German cuisine, specialty drinks, live music, sauerkraut making, and more. Tickets for this starts at $5 plus fees. Downtown Birmingham, you've got the Birmingham Blast, which is always a ton of fun, on January 25th, going from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. As I live in Royal Oak, I actually just go up there. I go up there for a couple of hours, get some good food. It's nice. And if you couldn't tell by the hours, it is a family-friendly, fun event with ziplining, marshmallow roasting, food trucks, and promotions at local stores. So definitely go shopping while you're there. There's free admission and parking. All right, the Franklin Public Library Fire and Ice Show over in Franklin happens January 25th, hours from 2 to 4 p.m. That's it. Little show. This free event features fire artists, ice sculptures, hot chocolate, live demos hosted by the Friends of the Franklin Public Library. All right, the Bear Creek Nature Park in Rochester, Oakland Township Winter Carnival, going January 25th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Activities include live entertainment, ice sculpture demonstrations, archery, snowball tosses, and ice skating, weather dependent. Warm beverages and pizza are available while supplies last. This is a nice one because, it's short in time. It's enough to get the kids out, get them running around, get some energy kicked out of them, and then get them back home. It's like a perfect event for a family. Okay, the Oak Park Community Center Ice Arena, put on by the city of Oak Park, has their Winterfest happening January 26th, hours 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. There's free ice skating, face painting, live music, and hot chocolate. Okay guys, here's the main event I was talking about at the beginning. It is the North American International Auto Show, otherwise known as the Detroit Auto Show, the original auto show, the best auto show over at Huntington Place at Cobo Hall, running from January 10th to January 20th. Okay, a couple memories here. My dad worked for General Motors for 37 years, which is very cool, by the way. Hey, comment below if you're like, go GM, go American made, because I still drive a GM product to this day. And part of the UAW, he's an electrician, he was gifted tickets to the Detroit Auto Show. So I remember as a tradition, as a kid, we would always go to the auto show. And he would only want to scope out like the Corvette or the new Pontiacs or things like that. I wanted to go see like the Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all the other cars that were out, all the fun things. Not that I was ever gonna not buy an American product. Like, that's just in my blood. It's who I am. It's what we do. But I just want to see him. Come on, Dad. Let's go see the Lexus. Let's go see, the Audis. Anyway, it was a ton of fun. It was a great event. I remember as a kid going and getting bundled up and just being freezing at Cobo Hall parking garage. And yes, it's still Cobo Hall, not Huntington Place, whatever. But this year, I've been invited to go as a reporter, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna go to the charity event on charity night. I'm actually gonna post things on Instagram, which follow us, the Perna Team, and on the YouTubes, follow us, again, Michael Perna, and on Facebook, the Perna Team. So I'm gonna do live posting as the event actually goes on. So the North American International Auto Show is back reclaiming its January roots, because before they put it in September, which sucked. Sorry, it was actually nice that there was an indoor-outdoor component, but January, like the tradition is, when you have a child, you make that child freeze for just the 15 minutes to go from the car to the auto show. It's a tradition, guys. This iconic event is the cornerstone of Detroit's cultural and industrial identity, and it delivers unparalleled automotive experiences with 22 vehicle brands and 4 immersive tracks for attendees to explore. Now, what to expect? This year's show is packed with attractions that cater to car enthusiasts, prospective buyers, and thrill seekers alike. Attendees can marvel at a dazzling lineup of vehicles from industry giants like Alfa Romeo, BMW, Buick, Cadillac. I want to see that 2025 Escalade, guys. I really do. So here's what happened. So they were putting out the Lyriq, and they decided with the Lyriq they're going to push off the redesign for the Escalade an extra year. I was really looking forward to seeing what the new Escalade was going to look like. I still don't know what it looks like. Still can't even order it. So hopefully they got one there so I can actually go and sit in it. Not that I'm going to buy one, but like, you know, the one I've got, it's a used one. It's great. It's great. It's functional. Okay, they've got Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Fiat, Ford, GMC, Honda, Hyundai, Jeep, Kia, Lincoln, Mazda, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, Volkswagen, and many more. The show officially opens to the public on January 11th through January 20th, following the exclusive media preview and the highly anticipated charity preview on January 10th. Okay, guys, so there are four immersive tracks at this one. The first one's going to be the Ford Bronco Built Wild Track. Test the limits of the Ford Broncos with obstacles like the Rock Claw and the Tilt Ridge, offering a hands-on look at the capabilities of Ford's rugged SUVs. There's the Camp Jeep experience, so Jeep fans will not want to miss this off-roading trail, a signature experience where attendees can feel the thrill of navigating rugged terrains right in the heart of Huntington Place, which is cool. Don't forget to bring your ducks. You're going to want to duck all those Jeeps while you're there. Detroit Grand Prix theme track. Experience the energy of Detroit's downtown famous street circuit with this new attraction, highlighting the ICE, the internal combustion engine, hybrid, and electric vehicles. It combines speed with innovation in a way only, of course, Detroit can, powering Michigan's EV experience. Explore the future of driving with ride-alongs and electric vehicles from brands like BMW and Cadillac and Chevy and GMC and Rivian, because they're really pushing this electric thing right now, guys. We know this. Exclusive exhibits. Returning this year is the Gallery, which is a breathtaking showcase of the ultra-luxury and exotic vehicles. This premium exhibit is a favorite among car aficionados and mics all over the world, including this mic, providing a rare chance to see some of the most opulent machines up close. Details on this year's lineup are expected to be announced soon, but I would wager a guess you're going to see some of the usual suspects there, like the McLarens and the Ferraris and the Lambos and all of that stuff. So this year there's been a shift in focus. This year's show takes a more focused approach, emphasizing its role as a premier destination for car shoppers, unlike the extravagant global media spectacle it once was. The 2025 show prioritizes attendees actively looking to purchase or planning to buy a vehicle in the near future. That sounds incredibly boring. So while it means fewer high-profile unveilings, it promises a more intimate and consumer-oriented experience. So historically, the Detroit Auto Show has been a magnet for over 700,000 attendees during its winter slot. 700,000 people in 10 days, attracting auto show industry leaders and celebrities and policymakers. However, recent years, especially during COVID, saw significant drops in attendance, with 2022 and 2023 reflecting smaller crowds. This year aims to restore some of the magic by refocusing on the core essence of an auto show, connecting consumers with the latest vehicles and innovations. Whether you're a devoted car enthusiast or a prospective buyer or just looking for a great day out in Detroit, the auto show promises an immersive journey into the world of automotive excellence. Thank you again, guys. My name is Mike Perna. There is so much going on in January. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be dropping new videos each and every week, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year.